The completely digital and entirely flexible workflow, which is only available from Schütz Dental in this form, summed up in 3 minutes. This is Mr. Hartmann. Mr. Hartmann is a master dental technician and has a small laboratory with 3 employees. A colleague in the industry has told him that he works entirely digitally and that this brings him many advantages. Mr. Hartmann is convinced and decides to follow his colleague's insider tip. He makes an inquiry with Schütz Dental about the digital workflow. A short while later, Miss Heine from Schütz Dental visits Mr. Hartmann in his laboratory. She explains how the digital workflow works to Mr. Hartmann. An example. Mrs. Gruber is at the dentist and needs a new crown. Her dentist now scans the model and measures her jaw, completely digitally. He transmits the data to Mr. Hartmann in the dental laboratory with a simple click of the mouse. Mr. Hartmann now has both Mrs. Gruber's tooth status and the transaction file of the temporomandibular joint in digital form. Using the CAD modeling software, he designs the crown. The milling machine in his laboratory manufactures this restoration with the greatest precision, also taking the joint data into account. In this way, his customer, Mrs. Gruber's dentist, receives the finished product the very next day. Mrs. Gruber is satisfied. The crown fits perfectly. Her dentist therefore has one more satisfied patient and, thanks to the measurement of the temporomandibular joint, reduces the grinding of the crown. This process also ensures that the digitally measured dental prosthesis does not cause headaches or back pain. Mr. Hartmann is impressed. The digital workflow with equipment and software from Schütz Dental brings him many advantages. He not only saves time, but also improves the image of his laboratory. Furthermore, working digitally means that he works far more precisely, and that pleases dentists as well as their customers. And what's more, he always has the right contact person. This is because with Schütz Dental, he receives all components such as the scanner, the implant navigation software, and the digital TMJ measurement from a single source, all designed to coordinate with each other. And thanks to the Schütz Open system, it is also possible to connect external systems such as intraoral scanners and CT or DVT data. Something that particularly pleases Mr. Hartmann is that in future too, Miss Heine, the nice advisor from Schütz Dental, will be visiting him to provide advice and support. Schütz Dental, www.schütz-dental.de